Okay, I'm here with Callum Connor, 2-0 out of Manchester top team. Got a big fight coming up, Anthony Pettis Fighting Championship, 20th of October in Manchester at the BEC. UFC Fight Pass, of course, taking on Jose Nuno at lightweight. Callum, how you doing, man?
I'm good, mate. Thank you. All good. Training's going good. Obviously, 2 weeks out now. So, yeah, just looking forward to it.
Yeah, I remember when you obviously gave us a quote a few weeks ago, 6 weeks out, you said you were feeling great. How have these last 4 weeks been for you in terms of getting at that peak levels at the right time for the fight?
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Camp's gone. I would expect it to go. Obviously, 2 weeks out now. I'm in as good a shape as I've ever been. Really, it's just about the last little touches now, and then it's on to the weight cut, really, and getting to the fight. So, yeah, I suppose it's one of those things, isn't it? As the saying goes, you're only as good as your last fight. But as I say, I'm feeling fantastic, and I've really set the bar high for myself going into this fight, and I expect a big performance. So yeah, I'm feeling good, man, ready to go.
Yeah, you say you're only as good as your last fight. That last fight was in April, which is kind of a long break, especially for someone early in their career. So, and you're a young guy, obviously, as well. What developments do you feel you've been able to make to your game in that time?
Just rounding the game off. I don't mean like fully rounding my game off. Obviously, I'm so new to the game. Like 3 years of training I've had, so it'll be a long time before I've got a really complete game. But I've made vast improvements in terms of like my wrestling and my grappling, which obviously it's no secret I am a striker. That's my bread and butter. So people are going to look to capitalize on the fact that I'm not a grappler. Grappling is not me, me first and foremost. It's not my main discipline. So guys are probably gonna try and take me down and probably come in with the thought process of that. Um, I'm not that strong on the mat, but I beg to differ. Obviously, my anti-wrestling is pretty good in my opinion, and that's there to see in my amateur career. But I've been making those developments in terms of like my offensive wrestling. So I'm confident enough now to mix it and take the fight where it needs to go.
Yeah. Obviously, Jose Nuno, the opponent this time. Firstly, how much have you been able to see of him, and what are your thoughts?
I think there's only one fight out there to actually see of Jose. So um, it was a little bit of time ago. I think it was a year ago. So I mean, for where I'm at in my pro career, he's a good opponent. He's obviously going to come to fight. He's looking to take what I have, and I'm certainly going to take what he has. So um, it really doesn't matter an opponent. I mean, you hear guys say it all the time. He's just a body, isn't he? He's just a silhouette. He's just a figure. Whoever the opponent is, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change what I'm going to go in there and do. So I'm prepared for any scenario that may arise in the fight. And yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, Manchester top team, one of the biggest gyms in the country at this point. So many great names there. Who are some of the people you've been working with the most in the lead up to this one?
Do you know what? I get work with a vast array of guys in the gym. I've been fortunate enough to get likes in with work with the likes of Lerone Murphy, Jordan Barton. These are like high level pros, veterans of the game, really. And then pretty much everyone, to be honest, mate. There's a lot of guys around my weight, around the 145, 155 pound division. So yeah, it's quite a high number in the gym. So I'm getting work. I'm seeing all styles, all different looks, and yeah, I'm feeling very very good.
Working with guys like Lerone, Jordan, like you said, as someone so young in the game like yourself, what are the things you're able to learn the most from being in there with experienced guys like that?
You know what? It's one of them. I have to pinch myself sometimes because I am actually only 23. So it's great to get such high level work with these guys, and it's really an indicator of where I'm at, and where I'm heading ultimately. I look now. I'm 23, and I think by the time I'm like 30, 31, it's crazy to think where I'm gonna be. Do you know what I mean? So I take a lot of confidence getting work with those guys because really I don't see myself as that far away. To be honest with you, um, that might sound a little bit, I don't know, brash for someone so early on in the career, but you know, you've got to have that mindset in this game. Certainly, it's a tough game. So it's not one of them where you can have one foot out the door. You've got to be all in with it, and that goes for your mindset more than anything. So, you know, I have full belief in my skill set that I possess. I have full belief in my mindset. So, yeah, I just keep doing what I'm doing day in, day out. You catch me in the gym. You know, I don't have switch off periods really. I really do love this game. I don't really have many outside distractions, so it's really full steam ahead, and yeah, to the top we go, really.
Yeah, you say that, but obviously you've got to be confident in this game, right?
Of course.
Yeah, and then that's obviously bolstered when you get a call from Anthony Pettis, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a cool thing, isn't it? The fact that he's going to be there. I remember growing up at like 10, 11 years old, and I think he was the lightweight champ, or one of the first lightweight champs that I seen. Like on Wheaties boxes, all these commercials. He was like big time, wasn't he? So
Mm.
I think who he's fought throughout the years, he has fought names, and he's a massive name himself. So you know, it's a cool thing, really. And I said it in a previous interview. I'm not coming into this show just to, you know, have a fight. I want to be noticed. I want to be the one to steal the show. So that's certainly what I'm coming in here to do. And I feel like I've you know, I've made the right improvements in my camp, and the way I'm feeling, I feel like I'm on track to doing that. So I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, from an outside perspective, when we heard about that card, it's almost like Anthony Pettis holding the show in Manchester. That's cool, but that's a bit random. You know what I mean? Was it him that got in touch with you, or was it one of his guys?
No, it was one of his guys. But you'll know the name soon, that's for sure.
Yeah. Um. So how big of an opportunity do you feel this is? Obviously, you know, his name attached to this UFC fight pass as well in your hometown. Big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't let things like that eat me up, because ultimately I'm destined for the big shows. This is just um this is really a stepping stone on the way to those. So you know, it's a great opportunity, one that I'm going to grab with both hands. And I think with a very, very good performance here, it's gonna, you know, catapult me to the skies. But I'm not looking into the skies, mate. Yeah, I'm looking to the stars and beyond. So I'm not letting the fact that Anthony Pettis' name being attached to it get into my head. I'm just going to go in there and treat it as I would any other fight. I've got a job to do. You know, I'm looking to take this kid out, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then we'll move on to bigger things, and it'll set me up for a big 2024. So yeah.
Yeah, you almost lead into my next question there, but just like finally as we wrap up here, give us the hard sell. When you're in the cage October 20th in Manchester against Jose Nuno, what can fans expect? Fans who maybe haven't seen you fight before, what can they expect from you?
Yeah, you know what? I've been asked this question before, and I've given the same answer kind of a couple of times, but I really do not feel that people have seen the real Callum Connor yet. Um, Obviously, the vast majority of my performances, or the harder fights that I've had, have been at amateur. It's no secret that the first couple of fights I've had at pro have obviously been, you know, easier, let's say, but I'm just making the necessary steps that I need to make in my pro career. I am only young, but what I will say is that I won't be getting dragged into any sort of, you know, firefight, let's say. Everything will be on my terms in this fight, and I believe it'll be like a bull with a matador. I'm gonna dance around this kid. Yeah, I think he's obviously a good opponent. I'm not trying to take away from what the skill set that he possesses. It'd be wrong of me to do that, but um, like I said a couple of weeks ago, I just think the weapons will be too much, and ultimately I'll overwhelm him. And I think it's just a case of seeing the shots, and when the finish comes, it'll come. But it'll be something big, and I'm going to get him out there inside the distance. I believe inside 2 rounds.
And just finally before we wrap up, feel free to shout out any sponsors you've got and where people can keep up with what you're up to.
Yeah, so my sponsors are Applied Nutrition, the Mancunian Bar, big up. I've got a CMOS company who's sending me that gear out. I have Movement and Wellbeing Clinic, keeping my body in check, you know, cracking me up, massages, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, wear and tear is a big thing in MMA. So yeah, that's another one. And any more you want to jump on, follow the journey, be a part of it, see a young man go to the top, by all means jump on. But yeah, for me, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to the fight now. 2 weeks out, the clock's ticking, and I'm just excited, man. Ready to go.
Yeah, 2 weeks out, like you said, Anthony Pettis FC 8 in Manchester at the BEC Arena. If you can't get there, it's on UFC Fight Pass, of course. It's going to be a good one, Callum. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, mate. Sorry about that as well.
That's all right, no worries.